In a city where neon light hides the truth and shadows whisper of things unseen, the line between man and monster is fragile. Some chase justice, others chase vengeance, but in the end, the veil shatters for us all. This is Shattered Veil, Episode 12, The Last Reflection. Midnight breathes, iron along the river. Keon cuts the headlights and lets the engine settle. Behind the windshield, the city pretends to sleep. Ahead, the culvert exhales a cold draft like a warning that arrives too late. Aya sits in the back with Rin, the star bracelet warm against her wrist, a ribbon tucked into her hair that refuses to forget. Hannah has the map open on her knees, finger tapping a black seam in the embankment. Mara leans forward between the seats, small and fearless. "No one comes if we call," Hannah says. "We are the people who answer." Keon nods, looks at Aya in the mirror, then flips it up so glass can't get between them. We finish it. Rin closes her fingers around 2 vials. "We don't break the mirror," she reminds him. "We make it admit it's glass." Mara grins. "And if it doesn't, I'll sing until it does." They climb into night air that tastes like coins. Down the slope, past moss-licked stones, they find the low arch of a maintenance tunnel and a door that pretends to be part of the wall. Aya presses her palm to the seam. The bracelet hums, the door sighs open. The tunnel is a throat. Their steps return to them out of order. Frosted lamps pulse. Whispers ride the pipes like a choir, warming up syllables, trying to become a command. "He's speaking to it already," Rin murmurs. "Then we interrupt," Keon says. A slab of glass, taller than 3 men, waits at the end, runes dim as drowned stars. Aya touches it, the surface ripples. "He's inside," she whispers, very pleased with himself. Keon doesn't shoot. He simply says, "Open," like the word belongs to him. The glass obeys the more honest voice. The hall shouldn't fit under a river. Floor, pillars, ceiling, every surface reflects. The room is an infinity trick, a geometry designed to make certainty feel small. Their faces travel in impossible angles. Keon gaunt and cruel, Rin glowing to the edge of erasure, Hannah smeared with blood, Mara behind a fox's grin, Aya serene with inhuman eyes. If you watched long enough, the edits would call themselves truth. At the center stands the fox, mask polished into a permanent smile, hand resting on a lectern that pretends it isn't an altar. Behind him rises a single wall, blacker than mirrors should be, light swallowed into obedience. "Detective," he purrs, "thank you for bringing the key in person." "I brought my sister," Keon says. "No more keys. Names are masks," the fox replies, amused. "Keys, sisters, everything opens something." Rin keeps her gaze off her own reflections. "What door are you begging for?" The only honest one. His gloved hand gestures to the great black pane, a veil that stays parted, a city that understands itself, power reflected to the face that deserves it. Mara snorts. "Your face deserves a brick." He laughs once, lets the sound go. "I will be magnanimous. Give me the girl and watch your city become truthful for the first time in its life." Aya steps forward, small and stubborn. "Say my name," she tells him. "Say it the way you taught the glass to say it. See what it does now." His mask tilts, pleased. He turns to the black mirror and speaks her name. The surface ripples. He speaks it again, and a figure blooms Aya within the glass, violet-eyed mouth opening. He savors the 3rd repetition like a theft. The mirror hushes, poised. Aya hums. "It is not pretty. It isn't supposed to be. It's the broken lullaby Rin brewed into her blood, the one that makes hunger sit and breath take precedence. Rin joins her, soft and exact, layering steadiness under the ragged tune. The room detunes lights stutter, reflections smear, a hair-thin crack appears in the black. Enough, the fox says mildly, and the hall obeys too quickly, gathering its silver back like storm clouds closing ranks. The lullaby thins. Hannah flicks a vial with 2 fingers and throws. The liquid blossoms on a side wall and dries into a frosted patch where reflection fogs into honesty. Keon touches that patch with his palm and feels simple, cool glass. He smiles without humor. "We can starve it," he says, "surface by surface. You will run out of bottles before I run out of walls," the fox replies. "Then we change the room," Rin answers. She scatters a thin line of powder. The air brightens with orange and raininire. She speaks a sentence her mother wrote in the margins for hard nights. "Glass is not a mouth. Memory is not law. A name is a gift, not a chain." She says it again. Aya says it with her, voice rough and willing. Mara chants it offbeat and makes the beat new. Hannah repeats it like instructions to a patient mid-panic, slow, kind, firm. Keon says it as if he's hammering steel back into shape. The far pillars lose inches. The floor returns a sane echo. The fox's mask ticks toward the black pain and back, a hairline irritation. You cannot argue architecture out of existence. We can tell it what it is, Rin replies. The air sweetens. A figure condenses at the edge of the frost dress, smile like a blade. The woman in red looks from Aya to Rin. Careful, she sings. Truth cuts. Stitches are never symmetrical. Her gaze softens for half a blink that only Aya notices. "Sweet thing, you were almost perfect." "I prefer bridges," Aya says. "Everyone does," the woman murmurs, until falling becomes fashionable. She steps closer. Hannah is ready. An ampule breaks against the woman's wrist with clinical precision. The liquid bites. Her form stabilizes, unwillingly. Twice rude, she sighs, amused. Keon ignores her. He lifts the revolver and fires not at the fox, but into the great black pain. The bullet does not shatter it. It does something better. It leaves a white star, exactly where the mirrored Aya's eye would be. Rin's fingers tighten around Aya's hand. Again, Aya hums. Rin harmonizes. Hannah throws a second vial. Frost veils another slice of room. Mara claps on the wrong beats and shouts the sentence louder. Keon fires a second time, a third. Cracks ladder across the black. The fox moves. For the first time, gravity remembers him. His hand rises, palm out, voice lowered and hard. Enough. The lullaby buckles. Aya gasps as the old hunger stirs, the reflex to obey settling like a collar. Rin squeezes, nails biting, and scolds the urge as if it were an unruly animal. "Sit," she orders. Aya laughs through tears and repeats it to the thing inside her. "Sit." The mask regards them, uncertainty flaring behind paint. He tries one last tool. "Detective," he says pleasantly, "trade one life for peace. Give me the girl. I will make your city honest." Keon closes the distance with a single step. He holsters the revolver. He won't need it for the last blow. He lays his hand beside the crack and speaks softly to the mirror, as if to a frightened creature. "You are not a god. You are only glass." The pain fractures like thawing ice. Light arrives, clean, stubborn. Reflections fall away, embarrassed to be seen. Pillars become columns. The floor remembers itself. The fox staggers. The mask fissures along the brow, across the cheek, down the smile. Beneath is a face you'd pass in a crowd. Unremarkable, meticulous, ordinary in the way cruelty sometimes is. "You can't kill me," he says, voice stripped of grandeur. "I live in every second you look at yourself and doubt." Cain's answer is a kindness with teeth. "Then we'll keep doubting without you." He does not fire. With the mirrors stripped and the room told its true name, there is nowhere left for a man made of reflection to stand. He thins like breath on glass and is gone. The woman in red watches his absence with a lover's regret and a critic's boredom. "He collected you because you were useful," she tells Aya, almost tender. "I admired you because you were beautiful." Beauty is usefulness in better lighting. She flexes her freed wrist, studies Rin. "You will be loud. You were made for it." Then she is not there, not as a trick, just as a decision the room no longer supports. Hannah touches her own pulse. Then Aya's. The beats agree. "We're done here." Mara whoops. The hall returns the echo honestly now, as if the city's pipes learned to sing on key. They turn away from the dead pane. The slab that was a door is only a door again. It opens to hands and effort. The river greets them with cold breath. Dawn is a thumb pressing light into the seam of night. Above, the sky's scars are thinner, like memories learning to be history. Keon climbs first and turns to lift Aya. She takes his hand and climbs almost easily, stubborn as tide. On the pavement she rests, then stands on her own. She looks up at the paling clouds and nods at the work to come. "He left other rooms. We'll name them too," Rin says. "Not until you sleep," Hannah adds. "Even miracles wobble when they're tired." Mara slips her hand into Aya's without ceremony. A bakery burns the first tray at sunrise. The second tray is perfect. We can be the second tray. They cross a block where a fox mask still bleeds red on brick. Someone has scrawled ENOUGH across it in charcoal. Aya stops, smiles a little, and draws a star beside the word, bending the left point on purpose. Coal blackens her fingers. She doesn't wipe them clean yet. "You're here," Keon says softly. "I am," Aya answers. "I'll keep being." They slip into the car. The engine turns over like relief. Ryo stands on a corner, 2 turns away, hands in pockets, face trying not to show anything. Keon nods once as he passes. Ryo nods back, the smallest treaty 2 men can sign. The clinic no one favors is awake only for them. The back room prefers the sky. Aya sits because she chooses to, not because she must. Rin checks her pulse, steady, human. Hannah opens the window. The hinge complains in a voice that promises to be fixed later. Mara finds an ancient magazine about impossible gardens and makes a face at the photos until they look possible. "Sleep," Rin tells Aya. "Wake me if the glass hums," Aya whispers. "We'll sing louder," Mara promises. "Rest is a weapon," Hannah says, laying a folded blanket across Ia's knees, like a blessing that never needed a priest. Keon leans in the doorway, listening to an ordinary quiet that feels like a miracle small enough to hold. "We'll keep watch." Aya drifts, face unglamorous, mouth slightly open alive in the most important way. The city exhales. The river speaks an older language, water and stone, not names and orders. On the wall, a block away, ENOUGH holds for now. The star smudges a little and then decides to be bright anyway. Keon tries, blinking, and finds it safe. "Tomorrow," he says. "Tomorrow," Rin answers, smiling without asking the room to confirm it. Thank you for watching Shattered Veil. If this finale brought you to the edge and back, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share your thoughts in the comments. Your support helps us keep creating. The last mirror has spoken, but cities keep secrets, and new shadows always learn to whisper. Stay tuned for what comes next.